A girl wakes up inside a beaver's body. A butterfly the size of a fish declares war on humanity. A prehistoric megalodon floods an entire city to put out a fire. This is Pixar's Hoppers, and every single one of those things actually happens. What follows is the full breakdown, every plot twist, every wild escalation, and every Easter egg hidden in the background. The story starts small. A girl, a promise. Mabel is 9 years old, and she has just liberated every animal in her classroom. Frogs, lizards, hamsters, gone. Freed, released into what she imagines is the wild, but is mostly the school corridor. The plan falls apart immediately. She ends up in the principal's office. Her mother looks like she hasn't slept in a week, and Mabel gets dropped at her grandmother's house like a package nobody wants to deal with. Grandma is different. Grandma gets it. The two of them spend whole afternoons together, watching birds, following deer trails, feeding foxes out of their hands. And then one day, Grandma takes Mabel somewhere she's never been, a hidden clearing deep in the forest, a place where animals of every kind gather, unhurried, like they know nothing can touch them there. Grandma makes Mabel promise, protect this place always, no matter what. It's a quiet moment, the kind of moment that defines a person, and the rest of this movie is about whether Mabel keeps that promise. Mabel is 19, Grandma is gone, and the clearing is 3 days away from becoming a highway. She sprints there the moment she hears, blocks the bulldozers, demands answers, and then Mayor Jerry walks in. Slick suit, easy smile, zero patience for an angry college student standing in front of his machinery. His argument is clean. No animals, no environmental protection, no obstacle. The clearing is empty. Construction is legal. Mabel tries to call the animals. Nothing comes. The clearing is silent. Not a bird, not a squirrel, not a single sign of life. Jerry's crew drags her out. She has nothing. Signatures don't work either. She spends a full day going door to door and collects exactly 0 signatures that matter. Nobody cares about an empty patch of forest. That's when the real problem becomes clear. The clearing isn't empty because the animals left on their own. Something drove them out. And until Mabel figures out what, Jerry wins. Mabel interrupts her own class, which is awkward since she's already failed several courses and is somehow still enrolled. The professor pulls her aside and gives her the ecological facts. The clearing lost its beaver. No beaver means no dam. No dam means no water source. No water means every other species has a reason to leave. The whole ecosystem collapsed from one missing animal. The fix sounds simple. Bring a beaver back. The ecosystem follows. The animals return. Jerry's legal argument collapses. Catching a wild beaver turns out to be significantly harder than it sounds. Mabel sets up a trap. A beaver appears, inspects it, and walks away without a word. She follows it. The beaver gets into a car. She follows the car all the way back to her own university campus, watches the beaver step out like a commuter, and trails it into a lab. Inside, her professor is hooked up to a machine piloting the beaver from a chair. The beaver isn't wild. It's a human mind inside an animal body. The professor calls them theorions. The technology transfers human consciousness into an animal host. The professor has been using it to study animal behavior from the inside, invisibly, without disturbing the ecosystem. Mabel listens to the entire explanation. Then she asks to try it. The professor says no. Mabel waits for her to look away and switches herself in anyway. The first thing Mabel discovers inside the beaver body, she can't communicate with humans anymore. No voice, no way to explain herself, no way to call for help. She's just an animal. She escapes the lab before the professor can pull her back. An owl grabs her almost immediately. She escapes, lands in the dirt, catches her breath, and that's when she realizes the beaver body gave her something unexpected. She can understand what every animal around her is saying. Every animal she meets says the same thing, get out of here, except one spider who takes pity on her and leads her to a lazy, unmotivated beaver who has absolutely no interest in relocating to a clearing he's never heard of. Mabel explains the stakes. The beaver doesn't care. Then a bear shows up to eat him. Mabel jumps between them and saves the beaver's life, which breaks the only rule in the animal world. If something needs to eat, it eats. No exceptions, no interference. That's it. That's the whole rule book. Mabel just violated it on day 1. For breaking the rule, Mabel gets sent to the king. The king is a beaver. This is funnier than it has any right to be. He runs an enormous overcrowded settlement. Every species crammed in together, way beyond comfortable capacity. He gives Mabel a full tour, explains the one law, and tells her why every animal abandoned her grandma's clearing. There's a sound coming from it, a frequency so unbearable that no animal can get close. Mabel can't hear it because she's still technically human, and the frequency is tuned specifically for animal hearing. They go to investigate. The animals can't even approach. Mabel pushes through and finds it a fake tree, metal frame, industrial speaker hidden inside, transmitting a signal nobody planted there by accident. Jerry put it there. He manufactured the empty clearing, the legal justification. No animals, animals? No protection was built on a device he installed himself. Mabel tears the fake tree down. The sound stops, and like a switch was flipped, every animal in the surrounding forest turns toward the clearing and starts moving. They pour back in. Dams go up, birds nest. The ecosystem rebuilds itself in real time, species by species, exactly the way it was supposed to work. The clearing is alive again. Grandma's clearing. The promise is kept, or so it seems. Jerry finds out. He sends more fake trees, bigger ones, more of them. Another round of explosions tears through the forest, and the animals are driven out again. They are furious, and Mabel is out of easy solutions. The king calls a council. Every animal kingdom sends its ruler. Mammals, insects, reptiles, amphibians, sea creatures, all of them present, all of them furious about what Jerry's devices have done to their territories. Mabel presents the fake tree. She makes the argument clearly. This is just the start. If the technology works here, it'll spread to every ecosystem. The only way to stop it is to stop it now, in this clearing, before it goes any further. The council reaches its decision quickly. Unanimously wipe out humanity, starting with Jerry, who they've concluded must be the king of all humans. That is not what Mabel was asking for. And then in the chaos that erupts, Mabel accidentally kills the insect queen. The room goes completely silent. A caterpillar steps up immediately and claims the throne. It wraps itself in a cocoon on the spot. When it emerges as a butterfly, its entire purpose has changed. The butterfly king has one goal: revenge against humanity. No negotiation, no conditions, just revenge. Mabel and the king look at each other. They have started a war. Mabel and the king get to Jerry first. They reach him through a phone because animals don't speak human, so a phone is the only option. Mabel's message is short: cancel the highway or die today. Jerry says no. The queen of the sea sends a megalodon, a prehistoric megalodon. It barely misses Jerry's car, which only survives because it was inexplicably armored. The professor shows up with an earpiece that lets Jerry actually understand what Mabel is saying. The professor pulls Mabel out, transfers her mind back into her human body, and the king watches it happen. He sees the machine, sees Mabel sitting human in a chair, and realizes she was never really one of them. He feels genuinely betrayed. The butterfly king captures everyone and forces the professor to construct a robotic clone of Jerry. The insect king then pilots the clone himself, a perfect disguise. From the outside, it looks exactly like Jerry. His plan is the inverse of everything Jerry did. Instead of fake trees that drive animals away from land, the butterfly king will build devices that drive humans away from their own minds. Total civilizational collapse, starting at a public festival where thousands of people will be gathered in one place. The fake Jerry just has to get on stage and activate the devices. Nobody will see it coming. Mabel puts the real Jerry inside the beaver body, the only way to keep him mobile and hidden, and sends him to the festival where the fake Jerry is about to address the crowd. The fake Jerry gets on stage and starts talking. It is immediately obviously wrong. The words don't make sense. The cadence is off. The smile doesn't reach the eyes. The crowd is confused but not yet alarmed, which says something about political speeches. Mabel tries to reach the butterfly king one last time. She apologizes for his mother. He's not interested. What follows is chaos, a trap that almost works, then doesn't mind transfers happening mid-fight. A phone that controls the speaker towers ends up on top of a collapsing fake tree, and both Mabel and the butterfly king inside the robot Jerry climb after it. At the top of the tree, Mabel grabs the robot's face and rips it off. No face, no facial recognition, no way to unlock the phone. The tree collapses under both of them. The sparks start a fire. The fire spreads, and within minutes the whole city is burning. The king is caught in the fire. Mabel goes in without stopping to think. They get out, both of them, but the fire is already beyond the clearing. It's moving toward the city. Thousands of people at risk. Mabel has one idea: destroy the dam. Every animal king agrees. The dam comes down, water floods the streets. The megalodon helps direct the flow. The fire goes out across the entire city, block by block, until every flame is gone. Jerry stands in the middle of the flooded streets. He looks around at the animals who wanted him dead 20 minutes ago. He has no explanation for what just happened. Jerry calls off the highway, not because he was threatened into it. Something shifted in him when the animal saved his life, and he can't quite explain what. The crew switches from demolition to cleanup. The clearing stays. Mabel graduates. The professor offers her a job. When asked if she still sees the king, Mabel says no, they haven't been in touch for a long time. She's lying. She walks back to the clearing, the same one her grandmother showed her when she was 9 years old, the one with the promise attached to it. The king is waiting at the edge of the trees, sitting like he knew she was coming. The clearing is whole. The highway never happened. The dam holds. The animals are back. They can't really talk the way they used to, not without the machine. He's a beaver, she's a human, but they sit together in the place her grandmother loved, and that's enough. stuff. The promise is kept. Hoppers is genuinely something. Pixar built a movie about body swapping science and a butterfly with a vendetta. Drop a comment with the moment that got you.